News feature hard, or I'm sorry, news feature soft VPJ. And let's see. Okay. Yeah, you can go ahead and roll that.
You want me to read it?
It's one of those
Oh,
things
yeah, sorry,
that it's
sorry,
so hard
stop a
to
second.
describe.
Yeah, let's read the description, right? Let me
I
read
have it up if you want me to.
Yeah, go ahead.
24-hour feature soft? No, I don't have the right one.
No,
That's 24-hour. My bad.
Just news feature soft.
Okay, if you find it first, go, baby.
All right, a planned light feature where the photojournalist puts considerable time and effort into the production of the story, with a 90% rule, where they have to shoot 90% of it, 10 minutes or less. And this category was put in because they call it the no time limit feature, which what they mean is, we can do this over several days, weeks, months, whatever. There's no time limit in which we need to shoot it, because we have the 24, the 48 hour. This one has no time limit as far as that goes. And it's a soft, lighter feature. All right.
Cool. All right. We're in for a treat.
It's one of those things that it's so hard to describe it to people, and people don't understand it until they come here and they see the magic.
What do I do? Wow, that's hard. I put people with horses and watch the magic happen. Healing Hearts Ranch is the ranch itself. And then Heart Strikes Therapeutic Horsemanship is the nonprofit that does most of the work.
Hi, bud.
He's checking in with you. Take a breath.
Hi.
Good. Walk with purpose and give him a minute. There. You didn't have to pull him.
I think he really likes it when I brush him right here.
Typically, we work with people with substance use, mental health, and/or trauma.
Well, I suffer PTSD, depression, anxiety, panic attacks, insomnia.
I just recently got diagnosed with bipolar and anxiety and depression.
The downward spiral of addiction for me, it was alcohol.
Because of my own recovery from substance use and a traumatic childhood, I really wanted to work with people with the mental health piece. Good. Stop. Take a breath. Back. Good. Take her for a walk. See how you got her?
They give you like this live biofeedback. Come on. And if you're being fake with the horse is gonna be like, get away from me.
Hey, get over here. Get wait. Right? See?
So they kind of like draw out that authenticity inside of you. Good boy, mate. So you have to own your emotions, and you have to be aware of them and process them. When the horse is calm like this, it's like it rubs off on you.
It's not like any sort of human connection you'd have. It is much deeper than that. Good boy. They understand emotions much better than a human would. Baby. They know when you're not being honest with yourself about how you're feeling.
They're non-judgmental. They have nothing other than, can we be safe together? Because that's a start. That's where we start.
There is a real science behind how the horses help us regulate our breathing.
Out breath, that's calm. And so horses,
our whole kind of brain.
when I feel really attached to somebody, really bonded, my brain will begin to release serotonin and oxytocin naturally.
Sorry, keep getting distracted.
Come on.
Rhythm creates predictability. It also calms the brain. So just leading a horse well requires that you move in rhythm. Right in step with your horse. Beautiful. Right there, that's calming the lower brains.
So I never thought I would generally be happy again. I've been through a lot of different types of therapy, but this one's been the most effective for me, life-changing effective.
It really is life-changing. Taking meds for mental issues, there's stuff it just can't fix that a horse can.
I wanted so long to have a chance to do something that I loved and be proud of myself and believe in myself, and I absolutely do now. Life's hard, and this place really brought me hope.
And if you don't think you'll like horses, you'll change your mind.
I wouldn't be where I am without them today. They've taught me a better way of being a human, a decent human.
It's just so powerful and real.
See you, buddy.
Life-changing.
The next one is like Memorial Day every day.
What?
Like
I have the
Memorial
harp.
Day.
I have the harpist. I'm on the wrong thing then.
Oh, you're right. Hang on a minute. I think I have the wrong one. No. I'm sorry. The maestro is next.
I still have the wrong one then. News feature soft.
VPJ.
There's my problem. Thank you.
Yep, not that's VP. I know it's darn confusing, especially this late in the day.
News feature soft VPJ. Healing Hearts. Well, the name makes a whole lot more sense then. Thank you. Sorry about that, you all.
You're good.
No, that's debatable, but thank you.
Hey guys, I'm sorry, I lost the spreadsheet again. I know this is news feature soft, but what is the number?
44.
44. My spreadsheets keep disappearing. 44, stand by.
I'm good for now.
Does she deliver?
Sure. All the way to Colorado. I don't know about that, but that's quite. Surprised those squash survived.
Oh, yeah, they live all over.
I think we're good.
When music fills the air inside Nashville's Skimmerhorn Symphony Center, it brings a joy that can't be contained.
Music has great power to express that for which there simply aren't words.
But there are also things that happen in this grand symphony hall.
I've experienced some things, I don't know if I've felt them,
that can't be explained.
And it was really pretty freaky.
The strange occurrences began with the very first note when the hall opened in 2006.
In rehearsals, all of a sudden, like, lights would start flickering.
the lights were on, they were confirmed to be on, and then 15 minutes later they weren't on. It happened more than once on one evening.
The guys in the light booth were like, nobody's touching anything.
But each lighting professional told them the same thing. There was nothing wrong with the system.
We had the power to the building checked out to make sure that we weren't having some kind of power fluctuation, nothing there. And this went on for, it was actually more than a year.
There have been other odd occurrences too. The chief of security for the symphony says there's one particular door that seems to always lock itself.
We have no explanation for that.
Well, there could be one explanation.
We have to give it up to the maestro.
The maestro is Kenneth Skimmerhorn. He was the music director for the Nashville Symphony for decades, but he never stepped foot in the finished building that now bears his name.
And unfortunately, he passed away just before it was completed.
At least not alive, but resides here in death.
We interred Kenneth's ashes in the sculpture in the garden.
Now, it should be noted, the staff here doesn't believe the maestro is a malevolent spirit.
It was sort of like, okay, just letting us know he's here.
We started having fun with it.
In fact, they think it's possible he's either lingering here for protection,
I think he's making sure that the building stays secure.
or is just up to a little mischief.
We blame him for everything that goes wrong, unfortunately.
Oh, his sense of humor was just incredible.
But there was one night that Alan Valentine thinks the maestro made a house call while he was asleep in bed.
It felt like somebody body slammed into me, and I just kind of jolted awake in the middle of the night, and I thought, Kenneth, immediately. And then I thought, I think he's trying to tell me something.
Alan now thinks what the maestro was trying to tell him was to pick Juan Carlo Guerrero as the new music director.
I wish I'd had that ability to meet this wonderful man and this wonderful musician, because it sounds like we would have gotten along very well.
And sure enough, when they did, some of the maestro's haunts halted for several years. But then came the pandemic.
That was the most eerie thing to me, was during that pandemic time.
Tony kept watch over the building all by himself.
Because I've had doors close and open, sound like doors open and closing.
Or at least he hopes he was alone.
But it's still settling, so we'll leave it at that. Please don't tell me there was a ghost with me.
Thankfully, Tony's isolation is ended.
We came back after the pandemic a couple of weeks ago, and we were in the middle of rehearsals, and lights started flickering again. And we all looked at each other, and those of us who've been here long enough said, wow, Kenneth is back.
So the next time you find yourself at the Skimmerhorn, make a little room for the maestro.
One never knows what Maestro has in store for us.
With photojournalist Jordan Powell, Chris Davis, News Channel 5.
You guys know who Jordan Powell is? Is that the photog?
That's the, yes, that's the photon.
Jordan Powell. Jordan Powell is the maestro.
Oh boy.
I better not put that one in first. Sharon's gonna knock it down.
I loved it. Was there something weird? Did he say he wished he could meet him, and then I thought they said the guy died before he could meet him, and then they said, and when it happened, things started happening. I didn't understand that. I'm perplexed. I thought it was great.
I think what's cool is I think he shot all that audio. You know what I mean? He recorded all that sound from that orchestra or that whatever was playing in that place. It's not the audio, so it's well done.
A lot of planning, a lot of thought.
Yeah.
The next one is like Memorial Day every day.
Play it.
Wait.
Hold on.
And I'm not knocking you down, Brad. It was 3-1 on that last one. 3-1. Okay, play it.
I'm keeping tabs.
I can tell. I'm scared.
His memory is long.
Compadres, I can help you.
Bernie's new Tex-Mex barbecue joint.
Oh yes, it's every Friday at 12 p.m.
Draws a daily crowd.
Do you want to do a mild or spicy?
Sometimes it gets so busy where we just can't answer the phone.
Customers come to Compadres Hill Country Cocina for the cooking.
The food's amazing. Definitely coming back for more.
Order up.
And the atmosphere.
We're throwing orders through the zip line. We're calling out names.
Luis?
It's one of those things where we have to be on point all the time. Oh, enchilada, torta.
But while customers can always expect good food and a good time, on Fridays,
attention, compadres!
There's a special on the menu.
We stop all operations.
Each week, owner Mark Sierra calls the room to attention.
So if I can have everybody on their feet, that means lottie-dottie everybody.
For this.
It was pretty amazing to be in here for the first time. It took me by complete surprise.
And for 1 minute and 6 seconds, there's no talking, no cooking, just the national anthem.
Oh, you get chills. I do. It's the chills. And it's just wonderful. It's just emotional.
Some patrons thinking of those who've served and given all.
Envisioning how inspiring that was for people to fight for their country.
Others remembering their own service.
It's thrilling. I really appreciate it.
That includes Sierra, a veteran fire support specialist who did 2 tours in Iraq.
It's emotional, right? Because I start thinking about the guys that, that I served with, those that are still here, those that we lost. It's a time for us to, to just think about them and give them thanks.
There's a lot of thankfulness within these walls, tributes and mementos, and in every note from the trumpet of retired Army band director Jim Manzo, who plays the anthem each week.
It's an honor to do. I felt last year when this pandemic went down that the country really needed something to bring patriotism to focus, and I thought this would be a very good thing to do. I do it proudly.
Knowing their stories and that of compadres keeps regular Tanya Thompson coming back.
This is a debt we can never repay. And so in just some small way, by ordering a meal, I feel like we're trying to support every single veteran.
For Sierra and Manzo, it's just one more way to keep showing love for country.
Our place is like Veterans Day, Memorial Day, every day, without the sad part.
Year-round. Erica Zucco, KENS 5, Eyewitness News.
And this is an SVJ, right? That's a one-man band.
No, this
Oh,
is not.
VPJ.
This is,
Okay.
yeah.
But still one camera. Or not. We don't know. Okay. Bob, there's your retirement job.
That's it. I'll be doing that soon. I've been waiting 2 days for a story about a trumpet player. I knew there would be one. I just knew there would be one.
My best friend's dad plays one at the beach down in South Haven every time he goes. It's so awesome.
Plays taps at sunset.
Yep.
Yeah. I
I'd
got to
say
do
I'd
that.
sure like to help these folks with the whole interview thing. That's a theme that I'm seeing throughout this whole contest is the lack of attention to an interview. Maybe the sound is good, but it just interrupts the whole piece. These flat interviews. I'm seeing it from excellent photographer, reporter, writers, everything, but this interview stuff is just needs attention.
Just take the time.
Yeah, background speak volumes.
Even some bokeh. If it was just bokeh, just that makes all the difference.
The one-man band is next.
Might have another trumpet, Bob.
Might be.
Could be.
I can sort of play 2 trumpets, but I think Boyd did a piece one year about a guy who plays 3 trumpets at one time. One of the craziest.
The name of it is One Man Band?
Yes. And I think that's truly the name of the story. I don't think that it means that it's a one-man band
Right.
shooting it or whatever. It's truly the name of a story.
So this is not. I'm in 44.
These are VPJs.
Yes.
There's 2 44s.
News
One's
feature
VPJ
soft
and one is
VPJ 44.
Yeah,
VPJ or SVP?
Oh, that was like Memorial Day every day, right?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
The wrong one.
Let me just copy and paste.
You're never going to want to see this spreadsheet again.
So I did horrible in college when we had to use spreadsheets. I'm just gonna throw that out there. But hey, that's why I'm asking.
A Spartan upbringing. It's all good.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. One-man band. Here we go.
I'm Eric Haynes, the one-man band.
You got to keep in mind that this is what I do professionally. So I'm always booked at fairs and festivals. So I was booked
I gotta
solid
get
for
that
my
drum.
season, and come March, everything shut down, and all these people said, "Hey, can't do anything. Everything shut down," and so all the contracts were canceled. But in the meantime, I looked and I saw there was a news story about the Italians and how they were singing across the balconies to each other to have a sense of community.
There we go.
And I really liked that. So I said, yeah, we don't have balconies here, so I'll take my one-man band out and just hit the streets and just give people a little bit of hope, you know, lighten their spirits a little bit.
Nothing but blue sky.
Feeling trapped inside your house, he was able to get us outside. Like a breath of fresh air to be able to get out and enjoy people again.
It's one of those days of taking a walk outside.
How do you spread joy? How do you help people in times like this? And he found an amazing way to do it.
I could say Bella, Bella.
He's helping by making everyone happy.
All right, dancers, here we go.
My job is to have fun and lift people's spirits.
You can be sure that if you're feeling right,
That's what I think my calling is.
know it when you hear it, cause it makes you feel good. Let's have some fun, you know, everybody should. Just a rusty old banjo, or have a good time tonight.
Positivity, that is the word, isn't it?
There may be other folks who play it better, but it never ever sounds so sweet.
What he does is so wholesome. It's like, how can you not love the one-man band?
651.7 thousand views, 167,000 likes.
He's super cool. The Pied Piper bringing our babies around the neighborhood, those little ducklings following him around.
I'm gonna let it shine.
If one person is willing to get out there and kind of make the world a little bit brighter, maybe someone else will be inspired by that and want to do the same.
Only for you.
I just really like for everybody to have a sense of community, especially right now where everything seems so divided and everybody's so isolated.
I'll be with you.
Do something to draw everybody together, have a good time.
I'm gonna let it shine.
Entertaining people, bringing some joy, what I've made my mission.
Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
About that. Let's see.
In the interest of time, do we want to pick our favorite one from the first 5 that we've seen? So we have them moving.
We've seen
forward?
5?
Yes.
Wow, time sure flies.
We've only watched 4, so right? So we can watch one more and do that if you'd like. Up to you guys.
Sure.
You want to watch one more?
Yeah.
Okay, A Flipping Freak is the next one. And I gotta figure out.
Are y'all ready?
Sharon's ready. What's this called? Sharon's not ready yet.
Flippin' Freak.
Sorry, thank you.
After these titles, I want to just play some music, but I won't do that. You guys kind of saw that side of me earlier.
Man, if I was in your town, we'd go karaoke after this.
I love
Oh,
karaoke.
Oh, I'm a huge karaoke freak. It's not about talent, right? It's just about love for music.
It's about chutzpah.
That's right. I love that word.
Chutzpah.
Chutzpah.
Well done. You got a good chuch. I'm ready.
We share similar languages, that's why.
That's true.
That's true.
Okay, A Flipping Freak is next. Bilal and Adrian, next time you're in East Lansing, we'll go to Crunchies and do karaoke. How's that? All right.
You've got to expect landing, all right? You can't just expect yourself to fall every time or you're not going to be ready to keep running, right? A lot of you land and you're like, whoa.
Do you ever wonder what someone does?
No, what happened?
When they're not at work?
Nothing. You okay?
Like this guy here, to these kids,
Let me see it.
between these four walls.
Up, punch it.
He's just a gymnastics coach. But what they may not know, he's a viral star.
Hi, I'm Mike Lewis, and I do flips.
Remember that name, folks, because Mike Lewis.
Oh, yes, sir! When you hit it just right, it like feels cool.
Is a flipping freak.
I was born and raised in a gym. Keep your chin to chest.
He's been doing gymnastics since he was a kid, but when COVID-19 showed up last year, he couldn't coach.
I had no work at all. I was just filming pretty much every single day.
But Mike wanted to keep himself entertained.
I started posting them on Instagram and everything just to see if people would enjoy watching it.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. So he started doing these cool flip challenges on social media. Little did he know, he was keeping all of us stuck inside, entertained too.
TikTok came around, I started posting on there and things kind of just blew up like crazy. So I just started going real serious with it.
Serious is an understatement. I mean, some of the stuff Mike is doing is nuts.
What about people? I mean, you ever jump over people at all?
Sometimes.
Lewis's tricks have helped him rack up millions of views online.
World Star was one of them that's been posting my stuff.
He had 37,000 followers on Instagram weeks ago when we interviewed him. Now he has 70,000.
I went on SportsCenter. That was pretty awesome.
He was a really good player.
Lewis isn't a stranger to this kind of attention.
The flip throw was kind of unbelievable.
Just ask his old soccer coach, who encouraged Lewis to throw in the ball from the sideline with the flip in 2015.
And it happened, ironically, to the same team back-to-back years.
People were so shocked by that, they were just like, whoa. It got like probably close to 100 million views total.
And it led to Mike setting the Guinness World Record for longest soccer throw-in in 2019.
You just don't see kids that can do it that far, usually. Well, really ever.
What you know about rolling down in the deep when you...
So it didn't surprise Coach Casey Osborne.
It's not shocking, it's cool as heck though.
And during a trying year, when we were all glued to our phones, moments like this where we could escape for 15 seconds and just say,
Oh my God!
Wow.
Jeez Louise.
We're needed.
That's amazing, man.
When that kind of stuff happens, you're just like, oh, you know, that's kind of cool that I can impress someone like that, just kind of having fun.
He's keeping his day job for now. But will he follow his newfound viral fame full time?
Obviously, it's possible. If not, I have fun doing this every day anyway.
The answer to that, as they say, is up in the air.
Expect the landing. You're gonna land on one foot, try and take a step forward as fast as you can. Even if I wasn't recording this stuff, I'd be doing it.
Hello. In Dallas.
All right, let's try it again.
I'm Matt Howerton.
That was awesome.
I would totally agree.
Yeah. Man, I wish I could flip like that.
I know, right? I think one of my lifetime goals is to do a cartwheel before I die. But I think that maneuver probably will end up killing me.
So there's your answer. You get it. It's the last thing you ever do.
Yeah, my joints will give out sheer pressure.
You can do a flip, Adrian, while playing the alto saxophone.
How? How?
I don't know. It's just, you know.
Kenny G forward roll. Come on now.
That's right. The next one we're going to do, hey, Jessica, it'll say news features, whatever, but there's two of them at the very bottom. And just play the first one. I think it's called Fence Friends. Yeah, I think it's that one. Yep. Fence Friends.
Well, if we were going to pick one from that,
Oh, yeah. So that's good. If you guys wanted you guys like you want to look at the top 5 there or the first 5 and see which ones you liked out of that?
I got 2 favorites in that one, Maestro and that last one.
Me too, but I like that one the best.
Yeah, definitely Maestro. They're both great. They're both a little different. Maestro and that one for sure. We can throw everything else out.
Good. Brad.
Now there's a way to use the phone.
I agree.
See, I'm not an all or nothing guy.
and that stand up, there was motivation for his
Yeah.
stand up.
That's the way to do it, stand up.
Oh, look at that. I've never seen anybody do a stand up like that. That was phenomenal.
Could have broke his neck.
Yeah. I wouldn't.
Reporter dies in creative story.
It's rolling, right?
Don't try this at home.
Right.
Oh, I know what this story is. I've seen this
Oh,
story.
is it really 6 o'clock?
Not here.
No, it's 6 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah, 6. I operate off of EST.
Oh, dude.
All right, so we're doing that, those two, Maestro, Flippin' Freak.
Yep, so far.
Next one is Fence
Fence
Friends.
Friends. I know this story.
All right.
It's cute. It's really
Two
cute.
houses separated by a fence. Benjamin Olson in one, just turned 2.
You knocked the power down.
Mary O'Neill in the other, just shy of 100.
This is Yahtzee.
For more than a year, both found themselves pandemic prisoners.
A lot of just us in this house.
I'm playing against myself.
He has never really had any other friends.
Until Mary and Benjamin
Hi, Benjamin.
found each other.
Give it a kick. Here comes the rainbow. Woo! Here comes. We call it cane ball.
They're named for hitting one over the fence.
Wow, 2 balls.
His first best friend.
Stuck at home.
Yeah.
Benjamin's mom watched
Go.
as barriers fell
Where'd the bubbles go?
and a friendship blossomed.
Ooh, bubbles, bubbles.
Those old Tonka toys?
Mary said that she had these trucks for Benjamin.
My son's, he passed away. So they've been sitting down in the basement for years and years.
Mary also lost her husband 37 years ago. Her grand and great-grandchildren all live out of state.
Valentine's Day.
But new photos of Benjamin and his baby brother also now occupy places of honor.
They're the closest thing to grandchildren I have around here.
And as the pandemic eased its grip, Benjamin discovered
Gonna open the fence?
the grass is even greener when you can share a friendship.
Oh boy, I'm gonna get some dirt.
Same side of the fence.
Thank you. Oh, that's nice dirt.
Days passed during the course of the year when their yards remained empty.
I missed them, missed seeing them when it was too cold for them to come out or when it was raining. Over the top, yay!
When she said that she misses him, I had never known that. So, yeah, but I'm so happy they have each other.
When friendships form, powerful forces are engineered. Look no further than Mary and Benjamin, who built a bridge over 98 years.
You gonna hold my cane?
Boyd Hooper, Care 11 News,
Okay.
Minneapolis.
He's such a master for.
What was that?
He's such a masterful storyteller.
Yeah. Jessica and Ichi, I saw a note that your dinners were here. Did you guys get dinner, or are you allowed to eat there in the room, or do you have to go eat separately, or what do you?
We can eat in the room, but I think we can just grab it whenever. So I might do it after this.
Up to you. I can play a couple of, or maybe Ichi wants to go get it for both. I don't know what you got there, but that's
yeah,
fine.
we can get it figured out.
Okay, just let us know how you want to make sure you guys get your food.
Okay, thanks.
All right, so the next one is sorry, it's in their
In their
wildest,
wildest dreams.
yeah, in their wildest dreams.
Sorry, just was trying to help.
Yeah, you're good. Thank you.
We're all ready.
I'm ready.
Is Brad ready?
Yeah.
In the wildest dreams of a little boy.
Or a little girl.
This is exactly where dinosaurs roam.
No, it's beautiful. This is so beautiful.
Grown-ups trying to wake up.
I'm just tired.
Can't imagine a better spot than southern Utah for a dinosaur dig.
The best thing is to expect the unexpected when you're in the field. The better the breakfast, the better the work.
Joe Surdich knows he'll need the energy.
We're gonna try and walk there without stopping.
Joe's got the coolest job.
Yeah.
As the curator of dinosaurs at the Denver Museum of Nature and Science.
Let's do it, let's go.
He's leading a group of stoked interns and college students to a remote spot at Grand Staircase Escalante National Monument.
Oh, this is about 3 miles each way every day.
Two reporters had this fantasy of covering a dinosaur dig.
That was me almost falling.
But didn't remember the hiking part.
I'm just trying not to fall on my camera.
This would be a nice hike if we weren't carrying camera gear.
We can't keep up. Okay, enough of that.
Sucks.
Just gonna use this really long shot to show the passage of time.
And suddenly the dig site materializes.
And it's steep.
Easy.
And it's cramped.
Careful.
And it's tough to balance a tripod.
Yeah, a lot of our sites are on big high ridges, so we're always clinging with our toes to the sides of hills.
Reality sinks in fast.
Yep, there it is.
As prehistoric bones start to be uncovered.
Oh.
Paleontology?
Look at that.
Is really hard work.
Aim.
I'm trying to.
Aim.
It's hard because I close my eyes when I get halfway down. Paleontology is also entertaining.
We sing all the time.
Michaela's gonna find the bones.
The bones they're digging up could belong to the Cosmoceratops, a relative of the Triceratops that lived 76 million years ago.
So we're gonna have one of the best pictures of a really rare or previously rare horned dinosaur ever.
Grown-up kids only dreamed of this.
When I was younger, I couldn't say my own name or mom or dad, but I could say Triceratops and I could say paleontologist.
I was always the kid to be playing in dirt too.
I'd go to the public library and get the documentary by Walter Cronkite on dinosaurs and watch that over and over.
All that ancient history they learned about,
so here's the bone right here,
is now at their fingertips.
This is just an unidentified long bone shaft right now.
It's this really bizarre horned dinosaur. It's probably the most bizarre because it has 8 curled horns, like melted horns over the top of the head, 2 little spikes that come off to the side, and then a whole array of spikes down the side of the frill. And then it has rainbow horns over the eyes.
It's really cool to be able to see and uncover and be like, holy crap! And literally, there's even a whole bunch of fractures and it's not falling apart at all. This is really nice and really shiny.
All this feels intangible. You see pictures of people digging dinosaurs, you read about dinosaurs, but you don't realize that we're walking on dinosaurs. Yeah, that's a little chipper.
Joe says there could be up to a dozen of the dinosaurs buried in the dirt.
Oh, that was a good one. You got me in the face.
This bone has been stuck in this rock for longer than humans have been around on the planet. And to be the first ever creature, not even just human, to see the bone and dig it out a little bit is a feeling that is unlike any other.
It feels pretty awesome.
I picked up a rock and I found a fossilized leaf.
Lucky.
It's pretty cool. I did something.
It's like Christmas morning, except with fossils.
Yeah, it's not a dinosaur bone, but it's a leaf. Millions of years old.
I still get the same chills that I got the first time I found bones.
The kind of stuff dinosaurs and dreams are made of.
Kids Need Our Love, Mom is the next one.
I was on mute. Can you remind me which one we're on? My whole screen went away. So
Kids Need Our Love, Mom.
no, I mean the category is it's feature, right? Where is this? Can somebody remind me what we're on?
44, soft VPJ 44.
Thanks. Soft. 40, 44. I have 41. Soft VPJ 41.
Next to reporting 48. It's next to reporting 48.
Sorry, guys. I guess my eyes are tired. Reporting 48. That's what we're doing?
No, it's next to reporting 48.
44. Gotcha. Okay. Thank you.
I would love to dig for fossils.
Okay, you guys ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Okay. I lost. Speaking of losing.
All right, can you get the other corner and see if you can match it up?
7-year-old Paisley Elliott insists
All the poles are built.
this isn't a campout.
No.
No, rather, by putting her tent up, she's putting her foot down.
I'm just going to sit here and protest.
Paisley's protest started in October.
Ugh, got it.
Every week, she sleeps in her front yard here in Grapevine
I sleep in a tent every Tuesday.
and will continue doing so until her demands are met.
I'm not going to quit. See, I'm not quitting.
When we first met Paisley back in 2019, she had just read a story at preschool
Thinking a better place, a better life.
about refugees.
She came in crying with an armful of stuffed animals, and she just said, I want to give these to the refugee kids.
Paisley gave nearly 300 stuffed animals to refugee children.
Fresh lemonade for sale.
And when she was done with that, she started another project,
It's for $3.
then another, until eventually she raised $50,000 to build a school for refugee children in Greece.
I want to thank Paisley.
She was just 6, but promised to do even more.
Thank you so much, Paisley.
I'm never going to stop changing the world. I'm going to do it forever.
That's why now she's pitching a tent in the front yard.
Mhm.
And why she's collecting shoes.
All 628.
628.
That's why I have all these shoes out here.
Paisley says that's how many kids at the border are still separated from their parents.
And I thought if the adults aren't going to do it, maybe us kids can do it.
So she plans to sleep outside,
He wasn't American.
even if it's below freezing,
Instead of getting
until every kid is reunited.
And she kind of has been standing her ground. So I guess at this point we should expect this to continue until all kids are reunited. You guys want to play some basketball?
Indeed, there's only so much a 7-year-old can do. It's not like Paisley can just give a refugee child a home. At least, not without asking first.
And she said, we have the room in our house and in our hearts. Why not now? And I said, let's talk about it. And she said, kids need our love, Mom. They need our love now, not when you want to do it.
Paisley and her family are now fostering a Guatemalan refugee.
It is my idea that we can open up our hearts and make more refugees into our family.
The girl, whose face we can't show on camera, moved in last fall. She is, by all accounts, a part of this family. And while this refugee child has gained a home, Paisley says she's received so much more.
It made my heart grow and grow and grow. Why can't it go bigger and bigger and never stop getting bigger and bigger and bigger?
So says the girl, who's always got room in her heart.
We only needed to trust, and we did.
In Grapevine, I'm Sean Giggy.
Murals will be next.
I mean, all the feels.
All right, you guys ready for murals?
Sure.
All right. Light in here. All right,
I
murals.
am.
Oh, no audio.
Are murals ready for us? Question.
Yeah.
Not quite.
Being the first means he wants his work to last.
I'm considered the pioneer of the mural movement here in Colorado.
Before Emmanuel Martinez painted sculptures, he was painting walls around West Denver 50 years ago in neighborhoods full of Chicano families.
Murals is probably the most, in my opinion, the most dynamic form of art. I mean, it's monumental in size, and it belongs to everybody.
But the stories belong to his people.
The educational system has failed us there. They don't teach our history.
In places like what's now called La Alma Park, Martinez created images depicting the evolution of Chicano heritage in Colorado.
I wanted to paint murals, that inspired pride in our culture.
He wanted all this to be a part of the city forever. Like the mural under the Spear Boulevard Viaduct near Elitch Gardens.
It's the largest mural in Denver. It's approximately 10,000 square feet.
But the reality is, Father Time and Mother Nature always win.
This is really where the mural movement began in Colorado.
But now they face father-daughter.
So they painted murals.
I am so proud of my daughter, Lucha, for for doing this.
The visual legacy of Colorado.
Lucha Martinez de Luna is trying to protect her father's work and the work of other artists.
This mural essentially really describes our heritage and our sense of place.
She runs the Chicana Murals of Colorado project,
Why we don't have any spaces here?
offering tours to community members to create awareness of the growing need to restore these neighborhood murals.
People of color didn't have access to their history. They were not taught that in the schools. We were not represented in cultural institutions, in museums. So these murals became our historical textbooks.
A lot of these murals, when she was just a little girl, she used to help paint them. So she's been around mural painting all her life.
And there's cracks.
But over the decades, the walls begin to crumble, the paint starts peeling off.
Essentially, they have to come in and take off some of the paint, fix the surface, and then repaint that. And the advantage that we have is a lot of these artists are still alive, so they could actually come and restore it.
Restore is one thing, but how about resurrect?
Most of my murals have been wiped out, and a lot of it is due to gentrification.
New buildings go in replacing the old ones. New owners come in, literally whitewashing history.
But somebody bought the building and just painted it all white.
In places like this building at 9th and Bryant.
It was 350 feet long by 16 feet high. We do all this work, and for what? You know, for someone to just come in and wipe them out.
Now, the Murals of Colorado project will try to remove the white paint and bring back the original images.
The murals really are a smaller part of a social issue that we have, and that is still systemic racism, is when these properties become desirable, then we're dispensable.
So they're trying to change minds and help people understand murals are just not a part of the past, they're a part of Colorado.
But it feels different this time. It really, really feels like there's a chance that we can protect these murals.
We just want to save the murals because a lot of people that move in just don't really appreciate them, don't know what the history is, and they don't even bother to ask.
The answers can be found in the writing on the wall. In Denver, Nelson Garcia, 9 News.
Murals. The next one is the Teenage Bull Rider. How a teenage bull rider holds on to his Mexican rodeo legacy. Boy, if that one wins, they're going to have a heck of a time getting that on a plaque. It's a long title. All right. Let me know when you guys are red-eye.
I'm sorry, what's this one called?
First rodeo I went out there, didn't go too well. I got my hand stepped on, it was all swollen and purple.
The smell of dust, hay, and animals triggers a whirlwind of worry every time Joel Banuelos crosses the freshly groomed arena at the edge of Oakdale's city limits.
I'm a short kid. I'm challenged a little bit.
But his size, his experience, and his fears, that's all in the back of his mind.
One of them suckers, the one up front I've gotten on, he dragged me across this fence pretty nice.
Ahead of him is an animal several times his size, and a legacy older than he can remember.
My grandpa did it, my dad did it, my stepdad did it. So it's kind of following it along. They kind of threw the idea at me. I was like, well, heck, let's try it.
There's few things in life more important to 13-year-old Joel Bañuelos than his name.
What I mean by the name is like the last name, like I'm carrying on the Bañuelos blood. You know, my grandpa was a very successful Mexican rodeo star. He was very well known. So was my dad.
From the back of a bucking bronc in Zacatecas, Mexico is where the Bañuelos rodeo legacy first started. Joel's grandfather, Antonio Bañuelos, better known as Don Toño, was a master in charreria, a traditional form of Mexican rodeo. Don Toño would eventually migrate to California and pass his love for the sport to Joel's father, Joel Sr., and then to Joel himself.
To be completely honest with you, I'm kind of psycho in the head, so I was just like, hey, let's try this out.
Here he comes. And try he did. At the age of just 9 years old, he climbed onto his first calf.
I just nodded my head and they let it out and I just flew.
Joel left with an injured hand and a bruised ego, but he learned one of the most important lessons in rodeo. Get back on.
My mom was like, oh, for sure, he doesn't want to do this anymore. I went up to her after they checked my arm and everything. I was like, can I do it again?
Not the answer I wanted to hear, but okay, we'll try it again.
In 2017, Joel's mom would go on to watch him win the Northern California Calf Riding Finals. Then in 2018, the Clements Jr. Stampede Calf Riding Championships. And in 2021, 3 different steer riding championships.
It's in his heart, and it's in his blood.
With the family's charreria legacy coursing through his veins and some help from his stepfather, Joel qualified for the Mini Bowl World Finals in Reno, where he'll represent the U.S. and Mexico this November.
Being Hispanic, being from Zacatecas, I think it's for him and just to show the Hispanic world that, hey, anything is possible.
From the dusty bull riding arena in Oakdale, I'm John Bartel.
Let me write about that sucker.
What'd you say, Sharon?
I said, let me write about that sucker. I like the way that kid said, "Then suckers over there."
Yeah.
He cracked me up.
So that's the second 5. If you want to pick your next, the ones you liked in that group of 5, go ahead for a second.
I got Fence Friends and Kids Need Our Love, Mom.
Yeah, and it might, one of those might knock out Maestro for me.
Yep.
I have Fence Friends. And man, did you guys like In Their Wildest Dreams?
In Their Wildest Dreams. Why don't I know what it was?
I don't know. It was interesting. Oh, which one is it? Is that the dinosaur one?
That's the one where they were hiking. It started with the net drips of water.
Yeah, I mean, it was interesting. I kind of like the way they told the story differently from the photog / I don't know if it was a producer with them or what, but it was an interesting way to use their voices and stuff. But I also thought it wasn't necessary in some spots. But
okay,
I don't know. And I didn't see enough close-ups of dinosaur bones. If you're going to talk about a dinosaur, I want to see lots of dinosaur bone shots.
Okay. Well, for me, it's Fence Friends and Kids Need Our Love, Mom.
Yeah, I like Kids Need Our Love, Mom.
Me too.
Okay. That's it on that one for me. I'm not knocking Maestro out right so far. That's still, like, for this particular category, I love it.
Did you have Fence Friends in there too, Brad, or no?
I mean, I can, but right now I got Maestro, Flippin' Freak, and our love mom.
Okay.
I already have 3, and now we have a whole bunch more to go.
Yeah. Okay. So the next one is this is McDaniel, which I believe you've seen in a reporter reel, but you'll watch it again, you'll recognize it probably. But oh, that's the second.
we like-
Go
let's
all the way
just-
down. It's the very last one, Jessica. That's the second one that's just labeled. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Oh, I know. I remember this one. Already, I do.
You want to watch it? Oh, is this the guy who makes everyone happy? Who had autism? Oh yeah. It's a good
Yeah.
one.
Why don't you at least play the first
How
bit
long
of
is it? I kind
It's
of want to
really
watch
good.
it.
It's not going to be in my top 4. It's
Pretty
really
good.
good. Really
Pretty
good.
good, I think.
It actually
Why-
knocks
Why
out.
don't you play a minute of it and then see where you get with it?
Yeah, it's not that it's not good. It's just going up against some real
Agreed.
winners.
Okay, y'all can just stop me if y'all want to stop.
Let's watch the first minute.
Action, Jessica.
When people talk about a restaurant's performance, they are generally not referring to this. But lunchtime is showtime. When Daniel Marshall
Now let's make this world happen.
is
Let's go.
on stage.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, we love and need.
This guy is great.
Thank you so much for choosing Arden Hills McDonald's. My name is Daniel. How are you today?
Really puts a smile on my face.
Hello.
I was thinking of a different one.
Who else sings to you anymore in this day and age?
Daniel will sing your order,
We got that 20 piece.
then bestow on you a name.
What's up, boss? How you doing? What's up, Rockstar? How are you? What's up, Captain? All day long. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I hear him at home.
We love and need.
At the Arden Hills McDonald's,
Come on, car.
always another friend
Let's make it happen.
coming around the bend.
Is it a convertible? Yeah.
It's always the ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it.
But not the way it's always been
Come on down.
for Daniel.
How you doing, my good sir? I was different from a lot of people.
The teasing started in elementary school when Daniel was diagnosed with autism.
I was called names like I was dumb, I was stupid, I was retarded.
Daniel's mom told us after graduation, her son was taunted again by a manager at a different burger place.
Every day, they would say to him, "You just need to quit. Isn't there somewhere else you would like to work?"
Cheryl Marshall worried
Yeah,
for her son.
it was very hard.
But something clicked
Man, I'm feeling great.
when Daniel teamed with Ashley Sikora, his McDonald's manager.
I understand how he ticks.
Something close to Ashley's heart.
My youngest son is actually autistic as well.
In Liam, Ashley sees Daniel.
Take care of yourself, my dude.
Liam's hyper-focus on things like space and the planets.
Customer service is that for Daniel.
Y'all looking swaggerific right now.
Everything he has, he puts into that.
And his manager
All right.
isn't the only one who's noticed.
Wow.
Daniel is outstanding.
My kids love his singing.
Ray of sunshine.
In the years since Daniel came aboard,
You found a gem.
hundreds of messages.
An amazing person.
Best drive-through ever.
Enough to get the attention of Tim Baylor,
He literally makes people's day.
the owner of the McDonald's,
Daniel is what you want.
that surprised Daniel
Ba-da.
with this.
Yes! No one quite like Daniel. Booyah, baby! Anywhere.
It's home. It's a brand new opportunity for me to be somebody in the world. Hi.
In a good mood. Awesome.
And as Daniel thrives, one mother savors the ride,
Very proud, Mom. Yes, it truly made us proud.
as another watches
I do.
and thinks about her son.
Enjoy your day.
When you see somebody like Daniel, it's just kind of reassuring that it's going to be okay and he'll figure out his own way.
We love and need.
Daniel Marshall making every day the performance of his life.
Have a wonderful day. God bless you and keep on smiling, all right?
Boyd Hooper, Carol 11 News, Arden Hills.
Yeah, that's going on my list. I was thinking of a different autism story, the kid that played basketball.
Okie dokie.
Where'd my list go? My list disappeared. Oh, no. It didn't.
Next one will be just magical, truly magical. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. And so forth.
Has any of these pieces been like a Nat sound kind of thing without a reporter?
I think one of them wasn't it? I don't remember which one it was, but
I mean, that's going to matter to me because, that's more photographer driven, storytelling driven. Did Maestro have a reporter?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sure it did.
I haven't seen that in this category. I've seen maybe one or two.
maybe it wasn't in this category. Maybe it was a different one.
It was the one I think it was a different category.
Yeah. This seems like it should be a photog category, right? Or is this MMJ, or what are we doing here?
This is a team. This is VPJ.
Yeah.
So VPJ is video journalist?
Yeah, video photojournalist, yeah.
But it means they have a reporter. It's a team by design, and then the S.
Is it?
No, not necessarily. It could be a Nat sound piece.
Can they enter without a reporter?
Yes, they can. They certainly can.
I'm looking for that.
But yeah, it doesn't have to be, but so.
But nothing has it yet. These photogs all need a reporter, eh?
It's very.
Somebody will take you up on that challenge if they watch this feed. Somebody will.
Maybe that's old school NPPA.
It's just interesting how that's changed, though, isn't it? I mean,
yeah.
Corky Shoal days.
Yeah, I mean, these reporters that are shooting these stories
with Corky.
Superstars.
You know Corky?
I only saw him once at MPPA conference, and then I emailed him once just talking about one of his pieces. I don't know if you ever saw the one he did on that saxophone player down in Colorado.
Yep, in Lodo. I knew you were going to say that. Yeah. It was
My God, I love his work. I love his work. Yeah. He's a genius.
He's amazing.
Corky was a genius. Yeah.
I will tell him someone said. I'm ready.
This better be magical. We're on magical, right?
Yes, sir.
Believe in magic.
Sorry. She's so cute. You're so cute with your little face right there. So cute. No audio.
True magic.
Oh, I know what the story's about.
Is this Cherry Creek Reservoir?
No, I don't think so.
No, mountains are too close.
It is pre-dawn, it is still, but it is not silent. Visitors also flock to Middle Creek.
Seems like a lot of energy.
For an annual air show.
I don't know how much energy it takes to fly.
Hundreds of thousands of snow geese.
Are they heading north on their migration? Or are they heading south? North. It's still good. They're going north. Okay.
Pit stop on the Lancaster-Lebanon line.
What gets me is why do they all come here?
We had the lake for them to roost on. We're right in their flyway, and all the agricultural fields here provide for a lot of food.
The traffic jam on this Arctic Express is bumper to beak, and they sure lay on the horns.
They start talking a little bit to each other, like, are we going? Yeah, are we going? Are you sure? Are we going? And then the louder they get, the more you know that they're gonna take off. You start hearing the thunder of their wings, and it's just like, and then you just see this mass liftoff that's just so powerful. The fact that they do that and not crash into each other is the most impressive thing.
Don't look up with your mouth open.
It's really hard to wrap your mind around what you're actually seeing because there's just that many birds.
They're actually flying right overhead.
Typically, photographers from across the globe migrate here to capture this scene. But this year, the pandemic has clipped their wings.
I have the tree on the left-hand side of the frame.
However, Keaton Weaver made it.
Basically showing people what others really can't see, especially since the situation going on right now in the world.
I've had people, it brings tears to their eyes because it touched them so spiritually.
Why do they all take off at once, fly around, and then land again?
The real question is, how long will this show last? It is a limited engagement. A few weeks, maybe less.
They have that internal clock that's kind of ticking, and they want to get back to their breeding grounds as fast as possible.
In a year when nothing has been routine, it's comforting to see some creatures staying on schedule, doing what they always do, as they've always done it. And on this day, the sun made a majestic entrance, and the moon refused to say goodnight. But neither was the most watched object in the sky.
You believe in God again, almost. You can believe that anything could happen. It's just magical, truly magical.
I think Douglas Gore did that story years ago.
Next one will be Sacred Duty. The tradition continues.
I'm ready.
All right, roll it.
Not ready. Okay.
As a new day dawns, the nation's capital awakens.
All of America is right there in his hands. That's a big moment.
But one landmark nearby never sleeps.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year.
The tomb of the unknown soldier at Arlington National Cemetery.
That first light of every morning and how the sunlight strikes the tomb and what happens there. It's mystical.
Members of the 3rd U.S. Infantry Regiment watch over this sacred spot round the clock.
I was there from March of '63 to April of 1965.
Richard Azzaro belongs to a small fraternity of soldiers.
You get a sense of life, the rhythm of life, death, what they gave up.
At 18, Richard was handpicked to join the Old Guard.
The function that we have been chosen to do, the trust that's placed in our hands, we cannot fail.
The veteran is one of only 680 sentinels who have guarded the tomb every minute of every day since 1937.
John Kennedy, and that's me, standing right behind him. Even to this day, it's emotional because he was my hero. He was a hero to my generation.
Mr. Azzaro says the select few shoulder the responsibility of a nation, protecting the legacy of the fallen.
Some of the best walks are 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. That's where you're there and you're thinking about them and say, this one's for you.
The man from Maryland says nothing before or since compares to his 2 years serving as tomb guard.
The mission is going to turn on you and embrace you. At that moment, you'll be changed forever. It's for life.
With a name, he died for freedom. Now nameless, he will live as freedom's hero.
In November of 1921, Washington, D.C. opened its arms to welcome home the nation's unknown.
It was a major event.
Arlington historian Tim Frank says the remains of a single U.S. soldier killed in France during World War I would represent all service members lost to history.
They gave their lives and their identities for a cause greater than themselves.
But this is his journey's end, yet not the end of glory for this unknown American boy.
Mourners watch the procession wind from the U.S. Capitol through the city.
Over 90,000 people filed through to pay their respects.
At Arlington, President Harding and other dignitaries, including Crow Chief Plentycoo, witnessed the burial.
There are multiple Native American chiefs at the funeral. Here's Chief Plentycoo laying his war bonnet and acoustics.
Today, the tomb is the final resting place of 3 soldiers from World War I, World War II, and Korea. From the 4 corners of the globe to the heartland of America, the monument draws 4 million visitors a year to witness the changing of the Guard.
I kind of admire how disciplined each soldier was with their marching, and it was very, very nice.
On this day, 8th graders from Carmel, Indiana, are chosen for a hands-on history lesson.
Today I was a part of the wreath-laying ceremony. It was such a great honor.
This moment will stay with them for the rest of their lives.
Veterans Day marks the 100th anniversary of this hallowed shrine. History will echo across the decades. A joint military procession will mirror the events of 1921.
It's an incredibly important place. It's one that helps me remember why we're here and what we do.
Dr. Gerald Lowe, Arlington's Chief of Operations, and his staff have been planning the centennial commemoration for 2 years.
That's the idea, to provide that one place for a nation to remember, a nation to mourn, a nation to honor.
And I left, I was still 20, and I began my life. But my life has always been looking out through the eyes of a tomb guard.
Richard Azzaro.
We carry the rifle on the shoulder furthest from the tomb, symbolizing that we are protecting from intrusion from without.
The man intimately familiar with Arlington will return for the ceremony.
Yeah, got some good people out there. Yeah, the mission's in good hands.
The 77-year-old will pay homage to the unknowns he safeguarded through rain, sleet, and snow one more time.
It is definitely not about the honor guard. Definitely not.
It's an unbroken bond shared between an aging soldier and the fallen who are forever young.
It's been put in our hands, that trust. America trusts us to make sure that the sacred duty is fulfilled completely, fully, forever.
All right. Well, I'll say it. I think reporters have taken over NPPA.
What do you mean? Like, the photographers aren't?
Yeah, this story could have been told without a reporter. In fact, the reporter made it go longer. I'm not sure it really helped.
Well, the problem is that we've seen this done really well before, like really well.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily, you know, on this piece. I'm not ripping it. It's just that's sort of a theme that I'm seeing, and it's reminding me. I was hoping on this category we're going to see more photojournalism, where the story, you know, the people. I miss that. You know, maybe it's just not done anymore. I mean, it takes a lot of work, and just maybe not. But I remember when reporters got more and more into NPPA, and it feels like they've sort of taken it over. Those reporters, I'll tell you.
Well, maybe the companies aren't giving these people enough time, you know? Maybe.
Do it on your own time.
Yeah. So some of that's changed.
yeah, I guess. Maybe we'll be surprised on the Photog of the Year tapes.
We still have a lot to do, yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So the next, where are we at here?
Joe Bean.
Yes, Joe Bean. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bob Bean. You're welcome, Bob Bean. Brad's still typing.
Oh, can you hear me?
Oh, absolutely. It's fine. We just won't start this yet.
If we see something that we know is not going to outshine what we've already selected, can we stop? Is there a need to keep?
Fine with me. Because we have so many right now.
Hard
I
category.
do think we need to watch them all, but if we're, because like with the Emmys, you know, they have a timer where they let you know how much you have to watch. You don't have to watch beyond a certain point. Do you want to be that timer for us, Bob?
Come on, Bob, keep us on
I mean-
track. We're going off in tangents.
Yeah, you guys can watch as much. I mean, I don't want to say, do you want to watch any more? I mean, everyone has a different amount of time, but if you see something that's like, you can raise your hand and go, okay, or use the reaction and go, I've seen enough, like this isn't going to win.
I do say if that happens, then we at least have to scroll through the rest of it, because there might be a nugget that we're missing that could wrap it together. But if it's bad enough, yeah, absolutely, I agree.
Yeah, those
it's bad enough. If you give something get to 4.5, yeah, I get it. I mean, we have so many 5s already, so
it's very hard to eliminate in when we're in the finalist mode, because they pick the top ones, and we've vetted that out with the scores. So that's why this is the top of the top, right? That's the best. So okay, Joe Bean is next. Let's go ahead and roll it.
Fire away.
Man, pray about it. Is that okay? Yeah. All right, Father. Like our Lord, you thought you bless his interviewers with my painting and show me what to do. But now, ask you bless everything goes good, great applications, and it's in Jesus' name. All right. Clean the brush a little.
Every day, Joe Bean puts a brush to canvas.
You throw paint on there, and then you carve it out with paint.
Painting is how he expresses what's inside of him.
Right there. Art comes from the soul, and so for something to be art, it has to touch the soul.
It took years to master his craft, but now his paintings are highly coveted works of art.
All my paintings I pray about. The Lord would say, paint this, I'll paint it, and then it goes to the right person.
This story is about a journey Joe never thought he'd be on. Because unlike you and me, this is how he paints.
I wasn't supposed to live inside one without air for over 7 minutes. That's way better.
Like many Texas stories, Joe's starts on a football field. On November 8th, 2000, Joe's senior year,
Here we go.
The Odessa Permian football team was having its last practice of the season.
Let's go. I tackled someone, my neck went back, but it's a routine tackle.
There, on this same field, he was unable to move his body.
Well, they didn't expect me to live through the night or that week. And then they said probably about 7 years we did.
That was 21 years ago.
Reflected?
Yeah. You don't appreciate what you have till it's gone.
Football taught Joe perseverance, how to stay mentally and physically fit.
We attain in life whatever we pursue. Some people never pursue and never attain anything because they never pursue anything. So whatever you're going to pursue is what you're going to attain.
On his dad's 60th birthday, he says he found a new passion after having a conversation with God.
And I asked the Lord, I said, Lord, what can I do for my dad because he turned 60? And the Lord said, paint him a picture. Yeah, flip it over. Yeah, just like that.
All right, we good on this one?
Yeah. Thank you.
Adrian?
So he configured some paintbrushes and began painting with his mouth.
Sure.
That painting still hangs on his parents' living room wall today.
Go ahead and pause this one. Adrian, are you okay to move on with this one?
I do have enough information to give it a score. Yes.
Okay. All right, cool. Then the next one will be, and that's fine. You guys can throw it in the chat, or the group text is fine. And I will pay attention to that. All right, the next one then is finding love during COVID.
Give me just a second, please.
Yep, no problem. We got 4 more in this one. So this is fun fact. I sent the investigative over to the video editors, video editing judges.
They're
And
done.
the second, yeah, they're done. The second piece that they started watching was done by one of the judges.
Oh, wow. Oops.
Like, how did we know? I mean, we had no idea. So she stepped out of the room, I guess. But
Who's judging over there?
people I mostly don't know other than Tony Moronis, which
White House?
No, video editing, the video editing judges for the editor of the year editing category division.
Gotcha.
Okay, so
They got to be in person?
no. They're they're on Zoom.
Okay, good. I was about to be jealous.
No. Everybody's on Zoom. Okay, are you guys ready?
Yep.
Roll it. Finding love.
It started with a simple idea. For Brooklyn-based photographer
So good to see you.
Britt Shakam Bernstein.
How are you? Good, thanks. Nice to meet you. Thank you for letting us document you.
A look at what's changed in the time of COVID.
Well, whatever you guys are comfortable with, obviously. But I'll stay 6 feet away.
A snapshot, but through a different lens.
First and foremost, I have to say I'm so happy for you guys.
Great.
Yeah.
One of love.
You guys are very loving, that's for sure.
During a pandemic.
Never kissed anybody during the pandemic. It's something that I obviously wanted to do, but was very nervous about given that I spend time with my family.
Yeah, this is good. We're gonna do it here.
She scouts locations
It's a little yellow.
as she meets couples across the city.
Why is this lighting so great? Sorry, maybe I'll take my shoes off.
Like Trey Santiago and Grace Linzel.
Oh, I love these.
I think just a lot of like empathy.
I think remembering, that we're on the same team.
I feel like right now there's a lot less distractions. You can't be anything other than yourself right now. I think when you find someone that you get along with right now, it's like a testament to how well you guys connect. At least that's how I feel
I think you can take it as an opportunity instead of just living that fast life that I think a lot of us, especially here in New York, were living before COVID.
This could be good. There's a table right there, maybe? Yeah, whatever comes natural. Yeah, this is good.
We met, outside in an open space.
Her photos helping tell a new story.
There was times where it was like loneliness does start to come in.
That's still developing.
You almost want someone to experience the whole pandemic with, in a way.
Stability, I think, comes from having a teammate to navigate through a time like this.
The photos are all part of an ongoing project. The idea to see if complete strangers can find even a little light in an otherwise dark year.
The pandemic is and has been so devastating.
All right,
When the
Jessica, we
virus
can
broke
stop this
out,
one.
Britt was living in Paris. She raised.
You guys, this one's out. Just to verify. Okay. All right. The next one will be.
Where do you think that was going? Do you think she set those people up? Where do you think that was going?
I thought the guy was going to be paralyzed or something, but he was just lazy.
You were waiting for a twist, right? There was some hit. Well, you never know. You never got to the end where there's a surprise. The surprise may have still been there. So, oh well. All right. Carl and Donna is next.
You are awesome, Brad. You are awesome.
Brother, Carl and Donna. You guys ready?
Yep.
Okay, let's do it.
Wise men say
some destinations
only fools rush in,
cannot be found on a map.
but I can't help falling in
We saw this,
love
yep.
with you.
3 times a week,
Yep.
Carl Waitcheese heads north 10 miles in search of connection.
It's a beautiful story.
That's the high point of my week.
So what do you want to do with this one? You remember enough of it to score it?
Well, maybe, I don't know, because I do think it was an awesome story.
Let's see it.
I don't know if it's good enough to beat the other ones out, but
let's keep playing it for a little bit.
I mean, I remember all the lines.
Well, if you guys are good, then that's fine.
The lines were really good, man. It was beautiful.
I want to see photography.
Yeah.
All right, roll it for a few. See what happens.
It's not a writing contest on this
When I get to go see
one.
her.
True.
Connection.
Yeah. There is. She's the love of my life, so.
Hello, Mr. Carl.
Hello, Cindy. You got her Donna ready for me?
Oh, of course.
If each of us has a story of what the pandemic has stolen from us,
Hi, Donna Mae.
then Carl's story might hardly seem unique.
Yep, I'm here for you, honey.
But in the midst of a pandemic that continues to steal moments,
We'll try to get through this and let me come in again.
the barrier between Carl and Donna remains much more profound
Hey, Donna.
than glass.
It started about 10 years ago, just forgetting little things. Where did I put the keys? One of the big things was she forgot how to balance the checkbook.
Carl and Donna met in college,
And then here's my wife as a truck driver.
farmed in Montana,
We had a bunch of apple trees on the farm.
and sang in choirs
Yeah, she was the musician. She got all our girls to play. We had 3 pianos in the house.
before ultimately welcoming 4 kids and 14 grandkids into the world.
We've been together for 55 years. I care for her. Like a river flows surely to the sea.
Those who know all stories,
Darling, so it goes.
those who know it far too well, call the period.
Yeah, I think we're good. We're good.
Saw it before.
It's a good story. There's just a lot of good photography on the other pieces.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't compare. I mean, at this level, everybody's pretty much really good. All right, I want to roller skate, eh?
Are you all ready?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was still stopped. Yeah, I'm ready.
Roller skating. Surrounded by disco. A groovy combination in the 70s.
Get it, Camber. Do it for the gram.
Now in this decade, the 2020s, quad roller skates are back.
Social media, there's so many influencers who like skate and it looks fun. There's a big like TikTok phenomenon.
I know how to keep a bitch, keep a still.
It blew up because of TikTok. It's that one girl walking backwards. That's what blew it up. You know what I'm talking about?
It was off to the races. They haven't seen roller skate sales like this in like 20 plus years.
It was so much demand, Mo Sanders opened Goodfoot Skates in Oak Cliff, Dallas, in the middle of a global pandemic.
We had a line outside the door.
Roller skates are back ordered, and every new box is sold quickly.
You're all set. Everybody's roller skating. How are you doing? Good, good, man. Welcome to the shop. It's really cool to see it come back around again.
To Mo Sanders,
Okay.
he welcomes every new customer who wants to learn, buy, or customize skates.
I'm 53 years old.
Like Samuel Agezabal.
For 30 years, I'm a truck driver.
He's newer to the skating world, but has the mindset it's never too late to skate. From the concrete floors of Mo's shop to the glossy wood at Roller World Northeast in Haltom City.
You know, your first thing you want to do is like, dude, I want to work at the range.
It looks easy. You make it look real easy, but it's not.
Sam used to stay on the sidelines watching his daughter Isabella skate.
I used to feel bad because he would just stand there and watch me.
And now he's just as obsessed.
He wasn't that bad at first, but now he's very good.
A 53-year-old truck driver and his speed skating daughter.
Just like you say, gooder and gooder.
Gooder and gooder.
You see everybody skating? I want to skate.
Netta, with the awesome purple hair, owns Roller World.
Skating has just gone through the roof.
And she makes sure it keeps the nostalgia of the 80s. The pandemic roller skating fad has business better than ever before.
We had maybe one or two.
Sorry, I'm not watching my phone.
That's okay. You're all good on this one, everyone?
Yes.
Oh, man, you guys are getting cutthroat now.
This is the last one.
This is the last one. Poetry in Imperfection. Poetry in Imperfection.
Wait, I'm not there yet.
No worries.
There's some cool shots in that last piece, though. That GoPro roller skate shot was cool.
Yeah, I mean, really good open, all that stuff, but
a lot of archive footage.
Oh, really?
I
don't know, like
archive footage, yeah.
Yeah.
That bite skating has just gone through the roof. Should have been way at the top.
That edit out of the TikTok videos with the screwdriver was kind of cool. That was a good transition. Okay, poetry. I'm ready.
This is the last one. Poetry in Imperfection.
In this category, it's the last one.
Yes, in this last one. Yeah, that's right. This category.
I mean, the world doesn't need any more pretty pictures.
Perfect. Never had a place in painting. At least not for Jay Moore.
People are going to look at this and say, he paints with the brush upside down and backwards?
Jay finds perfection in his muse.
This is the White River that runs through here. In elementary school, my fellow students would pay me to do drawings of just whatever. Like they would commission me for 25 cents to paint a cowboy on a horse.
Now he paints landscapes at his studio in Parker.
You know, you don't really think about that your back's getting sore, or you don't think that, oh, it's 2 o'clock and I haven't had lunch yet.
When his back finally complains, he gives that and his brain a break.
Well, I got to figure out what chords I can do without the string.
Imperfections be damned.
This is life. You get broken strings and you keep going.
Each brush stroke is a note in his composition.
It's like tuning an orchestra, you know, getting all the pieces to work together.
For Jay, the harmonies are strongest on the west side of Rocky Mountain National Park.
I've painted this particular bend in the river from slightly different angles, you know, maybe a dozen times.
The spot he's been visiting for 2 decades has transformed over the years.
Because the beetle kill is starting to work its way down into the valley.
October 2020 brought the biggest change. Jay watched on TV as the East Troublesome Fire exploded.
I'm preparing kind of for the worst and hoping that it's not as bad as I think it is, but
He doesn't know if his place is still perfect.
I'm worried. Boy, that must have been hot coming through here.
The fire is the second largest in Colorado history.
This valley was pretty much at the epicenter, it looks like.
It destroyed or damaged 366 homes and killed 2 people.
Let's go see.
As it raced through nearly 200,000 acres, including the west side of Rocky Mountain National Park.
These trees have fallen down into the water that obviously weren't there. The river has changed its path. There used to be a little sandbar. Flames must have just been licking through here like balls of fire. I still love this spot. It's like you can't fall out of love with this spot. This is my spot.
Color and light, angles and soft curves. The ingredients for a masterpiece are still here.
I do a lot of squinting when I paint. You'll probably get a lot of funny expressions.
Jay concentrates on the good.
It's part of the forest and part of the cycle, and we just happen to be living in that part of the cycle.
He knows the scars he sees don't compare to the hurt the community feels.
This is your home that you built or that your family has lived in, and come back to it. That would be another level of grief. This little rock sticking out from my previous painting. He's like an old friend.
Old friends might notice changes.
All right, let's stop it there.
But good friends embrace them.
Opposites create interest in a painting, so life, death,
Jessica, go ahead, stop
even
it
the
there.
reds that we see right here are.
All right. All right, score that one. And go ahead and start deliberating.
The only thing that jumps out that we don't have on a list is maybe Carl and Donna, and probably not for me.
It's a beautiful story. I think it's going to score low.
Right,
Because there's so many.
the locations are. The location is easy. The returning and keeping up with it is important, but.
I wonder if I put Kids Need Our Love over Maestro.
Not me. Maestro's number one for me.
Really, you're the one who said you didn't like repeated shots, right? Is it you? Somebody said that, and that was.
I don't
in
know.
my
I
head.
feel like I'm getting set up. I do like Maestro's number one. Here's why.
I'm just thinking that's what struck out to me.
Here's why. Here's why. Because it's
You know,
very well done. Oh, very well done. It's mixing the sound with the empty halls, the movement of the. It's like a movie. I mean,
Timing was great.
Yeah, how it was set up and moved and took us somewhere, and good slider or drone or whatever they had there. Good pace, delivery. It was like a movie. I'm smiling is what I said. Great editing to music, a pleasure to watch. I'm enjoying myself again. Finally. Oh, I guess I was getting tired. Just very good execution. I wonder if it aired on Halloween night or something, but whoever edited it, if it's the same person or whatever, just amazing sense of timing and music and pacing and humor and is what I got. Good music of humor and so I just said, whoever shot this is a maestro, him or herself. So I really liked it. It's just amazing. I really like Flippin' Freak a lot. Great entertaining piece. Really great introduction to the character flipping into the shot. That was beautiful. That was the best intro to a character we've got. Great use of a phone and video on an iPhone. You know, I know that's come up by me a few times, but I've seen a lot of really good examples of how it can be used well. And it shows that there's a way to do it. And in fact, it needed that in this story because he's a TikTok guy. So I had that. And then from there, I really liked, I guess, Kids Need Our Love, Mom. The autism story is fantastic. I guess I care more about the girl than and her quest, her passion, her purpose. The autism was very high. Autism guy. I haven't met an autism person like him. He was excellent, but he wasn't plagued with the severe autism. I like Fence, really nice. So I guess I'm just going with Maestro, Flippin' Freak, Kids Need a Mom.
What about fourth?
Well, I liked Autism, Fence, and then there was this Prisoner one. Did I have a Prisoner story? I have something called Prisoner here.
What about Carl and Donna?
What I had, I liked it. I'm looking for my note here. Carl and Donna. All the disciplines were there. I mean, it obviously story structure, disciplines, all that kind of stuff, but it didn't make it on my list.
Okay. I'm having a hard time between Flippin' Freak and the Maestro because the Maestro was awesome in a lot of ways. But I mean, in terms of getting all the ingredients and shooting this guy doing his things and incorporating his things, I guess Maestro did have some more work to it in some ways because wasn't there a lot of cell phone video that they used in Flippin' Freak?
And I liked how it was used. In fact, it was necessary to the story.
Right. But what I'm saying is like the workload of shooting that stuff. That takes up some of the time of the story. And
Yeah.
Maestro, they had to shoot a lot in Maestro.
Yeah,
and also the sound audio editing on Maestro was crazy good. But Flippin' Freak, I mean, there was some creative stuff that I haven't seen in a while on that. So, if ever, some of the stuff.
I had Flipping Freak first, Fence Friends, and McDaniel. I almost want to see the first 40 seconds of Maestro again.
Yeah, can we do that?
If possible.
That's a good idea.
Can you throw that up there, Maestro?
So how can we have Maestro on 2 lists.
Is Autism McDaniel? Is that what you're thinking there? Is that why you put that there?
The McDonald's guy?
Yeah, just put McDaniel next to that so we all know.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
And that's his name, McDaniel? Oh, that's great. Was that sort of used with McDonald's and McDaniel or anything? Mickey D's?
I think that's just the name of the piece. I think his name's Daniel, and he called the piece McDaniel.
Yeah, that's good.
Clever.
Yeah, I would have liked to see it in the piece, actually.
We need to have an award for best title. I think that would be a good award.
Oh, that's a good one.
Everybody's gonna.
Let's add another category.
Alliteration. That's the one thing that drives me crazy. I love alliteration, but I think it's so overplayed in everything we do. Everybody just wants to do alliteration all the time. And I'm like, to do a good title without alliteration. That's what I want. Something different.
I want another category to have to judge.
An air freshener.
Oh.
I can give you 3 more categories before we end. So
why don't you just do a category called Brad's Picks, like those old video stores, like the rentals?
Oh yeah, right.
Brad's
Picks. Can we play Maestro, please?
Yeah,
Maestro, please.
Is Jessica here?
Maybe they went to get their.
No, sorry about that. We were talking.
Okay, can we please play Maestro?
There we go.
When music fills the air inside Nashville's Skimmerhorn Symphony Center, it brings a joy that can't be contained.
Music has great power to express that for which there simply aren't words.
But there are also things that happen in this grand symphony hall.
I've experienced some things. I don't know if I've felt them.
That can't be explained.
And it was really pretty freaky.
The strange occurrences began with the very first note when the hall opened in 2006.
In rehearsals, all of a sudden, lights would start flickering.
The lights were on, they were confirmed to be on, and then 15 minutes later, they weren't on. It happened more than once on one evening.
The guys in the light booth were like, nobody's touching anything.
But each lighting professional told them the same thing. There was nothing wrong with the system.
We had the power to the building checked out to make sure that we weren't having some kind of power fluctuation. Nothing there. And this went on it was actually more than a year.
There have been other odd occurrences too. The chief of security for the symphony says there's one particular door that seems to always lock itself.
We have no explanation for that.
Well, there could be one explanation.
We have to give it up to the maestro.
The maestro is Kenneth Skimmerhorn. He was the music director for the Nashville Symphony for decades, but he never stepped foot in the finished building that now bears his name.
And unfortunately, he passed away just before it was completed.
Can we stop it, guys? It gets kind of scary.
Yeah, let's watch Flippin' Freak. What'd you say? It's kind of scary?
It gets scary. I'm okay with Flippin'. Did somebody else need to see Flippin' Freak?
Yeah, let's just compare them both since we're stuck on that.
At
least a minute of it.
Yeah.
You've got to.
Adrian's scared.
I love this intro shot. This is a great first shot, There's no audio, but see that's the only thing, that the maestro was a little slow on some of the shots. I know it's part of the theme, but I felt like it was a
You've got to
little.
expect the landing. All right.
Let's compare these two.
Yeah.
Did you watch the whole thing then? Because my point in the Maestro's at the end where it's very redundant. So
you won't vote for it anyway.
All right, let's just go to the beginning of this.
I'm done.
I can't hear anything. Sorry. Thank you so much for your patience, guys.
Oh, is it not working?
Yeah, we can't hear the audio. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize that.
It's okay.
Is
You guys are doing great, by the way.
Does it work when
You guys
I
are doing great.
Thank you. Does it work from here?
When you play it, yeah, now it works.
He's
Yep.
just a gymnastic.
Okay. Do you want me to play it from here or start it over?
The beginning, please.
Okay.
You've got to expect the landing, all right? You can't just expect yourself to fall every time or you're not going to be ready to keep running, right? A lot of you land and you're like, whoa.
Do you ever wonder what someone does?
No, what happened?
When they're not at work?
Nothing. You okay?
Like this guy here, to these kids,
Let me see it.
between these four walls.
Up, punch it.
He's just a gymnastics coach. But what they may not know, he's a viral star.
Hi, I'm Mike Lewis, and I do flips.
All right.
Remember that name, folks, because
I'll go with
Mike
this one.
Lewis.
Yes.
That's excellent. I love it.
How much do you love it? Do you ba-da-ba-ba-ba loving it, or do you just love it?
No, I love it. I want it to win.
So do we agree that Flippin' Freak is number one?
Yeah, for me.
Sharon?
What do you think, Sharon?
Whatever you think.
She's giving in. What did
Okay,
you-
I vote for Flippin' Freak.
Yeah. It's not as scary.
Interesting. All right.
Number two.
So here's where I think we had differences. I vote for Fence Friends.
I like Fence Friends. I just don't know that the photography was as much work as Maestro or some of the other ones even.
Okay.
I mean, it's a good positive COVID story. Finally, somebody did a good positive.
Mm-hmm.
They
It's
would
beautiful.
lose on the title though. I liked Pandemic Prisoner Pals.
Hey, the photographer one was a positive COVID story where they were kissing each other, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't know where that was going to go, honestly.
Yeah.
My
Sharon, oh yeah, sorry, and Adrian, go ahead.
McDaniel, would you guys do I think McDaniel was more work than Fence Friends.
Yeah, I didn't have Fence Friends on my mind, but I did like McDaniel a lot. It didn't seem like an autism guy. I'm not that he's not. It just my
And
wife.
my bonus son has autism, but you wouldn't be able to tell if you met him. It's when you spend a lot of
there's
time with him.
It's the various levels of. Sharon, what do you think, Sharon?
I'm just listening.
What do you think should be second? Is it Fence Friends or?
I think Kids Need Our Love Mom had a lot more work in it.
Yeah, I like that one.
I think so
Number
too.
3.
I think so too, and I actually like that one better than McDaniel. Even though McDaniel was that was a lot of work at McDaniel, but I think the way they wove that ending in, was beautiful. Like just you could see her new sister, but you couldn't see her, and it was just beautiful ending. Like.
And it's really hard to get kids to talk. And man, they got a good talker. You know, she was comfortable with whoever she was spending time with in the tent or, you know, in other places. She was a soundbite queen. I really liked that story. And she had purpose. It was a story with some purpose and it told us something. So yeah, I like that one, Sharon. I had it as number 3.
So
I had it and I took it out, but I'm gonna take out Fence Friends for Kids Need Our Love Mom and keep
Okay.
Daniel. I have McDaniel in third.
So McDaniel, either in third or honorable mention. What do you guys think?
What do you think
I mean, they're
Maestro has placed out, Sharon, or?
Oh, I think either way's fine.
Maestro's nice. They both, I think McDaniel and Maestro were a lot of work. Maestro because of the music, but McDaniel because of all the different sounds and getting the reaction shots, the woman in the drive-through singing, getting access to a McDonald's. I mean, just all of that. How many days did they have to shoot? The two moms.
Yeah.
I guess I'm a sucker for a photog piece, and it just seemed like very photog driven, especially for this category.
Yeah. So, Sharon, what do you think about McDaniel third, and what did you want fourth?
Whatever you guys think.
No, we want your opinion, Sharon. We need your
Come
opinion.
on, Sharon, make your case.
I don't have a case right now, thanks.
So are we gonna vote the Maestro honorable mention?
Well, for this category, I really like it as number 2. But what do you think? So you want it number 3? Is that right? What do you want?
So
below?
is Kids Need Our Love Mom number 2?
I think Sharon liked Kids Need Your Love Mom. I think we all liked that one, and it was strong. I think that is a good second, like we had mentioned.
Let's do that.
But I don't know what you guys want for a third or fourth. I think McDaniel's good, and I think Maestro's good. But I think, like you said, McDaniel, and it looks like she has it down. Sharon has it down. McDaniel too, and that's something we can all agree on for a third.